This episode is brought to you by Sour Apple Smoke Shop. Blastover with BryanBriggs is a Gio Bartlett Productions.
It's a restless fascination.
Hey everyone, thanks again for joining me on another season of Blastover with BryanBriggs, and this is going to be the first episode. I'm tattooing a young man named Javi, and it's our first time working together. Yeah, that's sweet. I like that. Hold it up to your bag. Let's get it. I think that's probably good. I think we'll just put the stencil on and you can check it out and stuff. When Javi first came in, it was a couple months before the tattoo was even done. We got together and we talked about the design and the meaning way before we even got together. Once we decided on the size and approximate price, he put down a deposit, and that's when he scheduled his appointment. Javi decided to get this black and gray Jaguar. I really like doing realism, so this was a really cool piece for me to do.
Constant but slow. Is there a hole in your head? Is there no bread for your butter? It's why we fight one another for the prize, a sky full of pies. Is there no bread for your butter? A pin drops and your eardrums burst. Subjected to a lifetime of thirst. You hold your hands out to the rain, but it turns to sand. You're a prisoner in a foreign land. Mr. Noodle! Mr. Noodle! Mr. Noodle! Mr. Noodle!
I was really excited for the subject matter, but then he also had a really cool story for the Jaguar. His mom was one of the first cheerleaders for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and his dad was a coach for that team and now coaches for CMU. It's kind of like a story in itself, you know, the mascot of the team that brought his parents together and eventually created him. That's how it works for everybody. I think it's better if we just meet in person first. That way I can really give you the communication necessary to come up with the proper design, like to depict that really meaningful idea that you have and put it into the proper form, you know, to create that art that represents you. had some good conversation during it. So I really like that whenever the time just seems to fly by because of a good conversation with the client. So before we go any further, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at Sour Apple Smoke Shop. Sour Apple Smoke Shop is really unique because they have the biggest selection in locally blown glass. They don't buy any of that cheap Chinese stuff, so you're not going to get anything that breaks the next day after you get it, unless you're really irresponsible, I guess. These guys are really cool, really good at customer service, and they have 2 locations to provide you with everything you need now. One in Everett, Michigan, and one in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. So definitely check them out if you need anything, whether it comes to really quality glass, or if you want to get maybe some nice clothes, or you need some spray to clean up your room before mom comes checks on it. So they got you covered, so definitely check them out. I really like the meaning of the tattoo, and I really like the subject matter a lot, so I had a lot of fun with it. He basically trusted me 100% with the design, just came in and let me do my thing, and that's why I do my best work. With something like this, I like to approach it kind of like a printer approaches printing a realistic image. You start at one side and you finish as you go. So just as like a laser printer would scan back and forth and slowly complete it, and then by the time it's at the end of the page it's going to be done. That's the same way I do this kind of tattoos. I don't think it hurts as much as like a tattoo that you would outline and then do all the black on, and then do all the color on, and then do the white highlights on. It's a little bit different than doing that. So I really think that these are less painful tattoos too.
It's a solemn realization. You must go all alone. And this time there's no denying just what's in front of you. There's a conscience left relying on you. Choose just what you lose.
You're really pushing the limit on what's possible on the skin whenever you do realism, I think. So I'm really interested in doing as many of those as possible.
Turn your water into wine now. Go on and smash that glass. Whilst you idolize a false cow, eating golden grass. Will its eyes grow bright and blinding? Will they possess your soul? You may not like
The most important part to me is always like the eyes of the animal, because it contains the soul of the animal. So if you mess that up, then you kind of mess up the whole piece.
I know better. The sun will swallow the sky. There's gonna be no pain.
But the last part is always the white highlights. After the white highlights, we wrap it all up, and then I basically like put some ointment on them, and I wrap it up so that it doesn't get touched by anything coming in from the air or anything like that on the way home. And then they take the wrap off when they get home, wash it off, and start the aftercare process, which I send them home with their own aftercare. And every client gets free aftercare, because I don't think you should walk into the Walmart aisle and send me pictures of every ointment and say, which one should I get? It gets a little bit of a hassle, so I just decided that that's going to be part of what I offer in my package for my clients. So you get free aftercare, and I'm going to show you how to take care of it too, in like a really descriptive written format, so that there's no questions to be asked. And then that's a big factor. When you go home, your tattoo is gonna heal up good, or it's gonna heal up bad. So I want it to heal up good, and so I'm gonna do everything I can in my practice of tattooing and in the aftercare, or whatever I can do in the aftercare, to make sure that that heals up right for you too, and that it stays looking good forever, not just walks out the door looking good.
That's ridiculous. Dude,
that's so fucking
insane. The eye looks so dope.
Yeah, I just try to get as many details as I can.
Hell yeah.
It was color at first, the image. I made it black and gray. It's like the tiger looked like white, so it kind of messes the values a little bit.
Yeah. I'm already thinking about my next one.
Pay attention to the muscle structure and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
The white highlights make it look really nice too. Here's some ointment for you.
Okay.
Don't miss out on the next episode of Blast Over with BryanBriggs. Subscribe now so you don't ever miss out on an episode again. This episode is brought to you by Sour Apple Smoke Shop. Blast Over with BryanBriggs is a Gio Bartlett Productions.